Hello guys, welcome to our Csbs channel. Today we are discussing about 10 assignment questions of fundamental of computer science. So let's get started. Okay, so we have the first question. Differentiate between imperative and declarative programming. So the first question is about the differentiation, about difference. So uh, what is imperative and what is declarative programming? So if we talk about imperative programming, it is simply describes the control flow of computation. When we are making a program, the control flow of the program for which we to find the output, that control and flow mechanism is actually controlled by imperative programming. And declarative, it is simply express the logic of computation. So basically how the program is running or how it is to be done, it is specified by imperative programming. While to specify what is to be done, what work, what logic is to be needed in a program, that is that is specified by declarative programming. Okay, next point. Its advantages includes ease to learn and read. The normal person has no idea about programming can also go through the imperative programming and take the basic knowledge of that program. And declarative programming, its advantage includes effective code and high level of abstraction. Basically it is used for data structure and algorithm, so where we can use a high level of abstraction by declarative programming. It includes procedural and object oriented and parallel programming. This is uh, this is something advanced topic we will study in next videos, like object oriented and parallel programming. And in declarative programming, it includes logic and functional programming. Next, the user is allowed to make decision to the compiler. In imperative programming, यूजर को यूजर कंपाइलर के लिए कोई चेंजेस कर सकता है, कोई डिसीजन ले सकता है जो कंपाइलर उसे फॉलो करे. But in declarative programming, the compiler is allowed to make the decisions. It is very important point. Compiler is allowed to make the decisions, not the human, not the user. Okay, let's move ahead. Uh, yes, it includes mutable variables. It is variables. It includes mutable variables. Mutable variables are variables which whose size can be changed by the user itself. It may have many side effects of it, and in declarative programming it does not have mutable variables. It means no side effect. This is the first question. Let's move to the second question. We have 10 questions like this. These are the most important assignment questions for fundamental of computer science. These are also important for your midsems. Let's move to the second question. Explain the concept of algorithm and characterize the algorithm. Okay. So an algorithm is a step-by-step procedure that defines a set of instructions that must be carried out in the specific order to produce the desired result. This is only the definition of algorithm. Algorithms are generally developed independently to underlying languages, which means that an algorithm can be more than one programming language. So basically algorithm क्या होता है? Algorithm is a step by step procedure. That means if you have to write a program, then the step by step procedure to write that program is known as algorithm, so that we can get a desired result. And algorithm is a multi-language, can be a multi-language. It means for algorithm for C can be applied for algorithm with C++, can be applied with algorithm with Python, can be applied with algorithm in Java. There are multi languages. So algorithm is a multi-language procedure, step-by-step procedure. Let's move ahead. We have algorithm. We have the characteristics of algorithm. These are the characteristics of algorithm. So we have six characteristics of algorithm: input, output, finiteness, language independent, effectiveness, and uniambiguity. So first is input. An algorithm requires some input values. Output, at the end of an algorithm, you will have more than one outcomes. Ambiguity, it means that the instruction should be clear. It is clear and straightforward. Finiteness, an algorithm must be finite, that is having a limited number of instruction. Effectiveness, an algorithm should be adequate, मतलब इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए. और लैंग्वेज इंडिपेंडेंट बता चुका हूँ. An algorithm in any language must produce same result. Explain. Next question, explain the decision making structure with expression, with examples. Okay, so what is decision making? Decision making structures require that programmers specify one or more conditions to be evaluated or tested by the programmer. ऐसे सारे जैसे जितने भी एग्जाम में होते हैं ना, ये 10 क्वेश्चन जो है, हम आप लोग को पता है कि CSBS के फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में हम लोग को प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं करना है. किसी भी प्रोग्रामिंग, किसी भी कोड का यहाँ यूज नहीं किया गया है. ये सब फ्लो चार्ट और एल्गोरिदम का यूज से बनाया गया है. तो डिसीजन मेकिंग का एल्गोरिदम ये होना चाहिए. ये है, this is start condition, then condition is false, conditional code. This is like flow chart for decision making statements. For example, experiment 1, it is a condition. Experiment 1, if experiment 1 is true, it is if experiment 1 is true, then we have to print experiment 2, and if false, we have to print experiment 3. It is the meaning of this code, this line of code. If you're not understanding this, then we have to do another video on this. This is a third kind of statement, if else statement, known as tertiary statements. So you can read this. Now let's move to the next question. Explain loop structure with examples. So what is a loop? A loop is used to repeat a block of code until the specified condition is met. Okay. Let's see, in C programming there are three types of loops: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. For loop, this is the flow chart for for loop. This is the flow chart for for loop. This is the flow chart of for while loop, and this is the flow chart for do while loop. Do while loop. Okay. Explain the problem solving with sequential logic structure. Problem solving is a systematic approach to defining the problem and creating a vast number of possible solutions without judging the outcomes. Yes, this is the definition for problem solving. The most commonly used and the simplest logic structure is the sequence structure. It is used in conjunction with more than one logic. It is also used for algorithm. So, this what is sequence logic structure? It is very commonly used simple logic structure. It means a simple logic structure which can be commonly used is known as sequential structure. So how it can be commonly used? So basically, if we are writing any algorithm, on writing any algorithm, we always follows sequential logic structure. How we follow sequential logic structure in writing an algorithm? So we can see that in, in in instruction, on giving instruction, on declaration of any variable or declaration of any sentence, on ending the logic or ending or exiting or returning the variable, we use a simple syntax, and that syntax is a systematic logic approach. We need a systematic logic approach. For example, in this start, read, calculate, print, and end. It is a systematic approach. We cannot first calculate and then read. There must be a systematic approach. That's the meaning of systematic approach. Now let's move to the sixth question. What is syntax and construct of C language? So what is syntax? Basically, syntax refers to a protocol which is followed while writing a program. Okay. Syntax is a basically fixed protocol which is followed while writing the program. So, how many types of syntax are there? So, there are six. There are six constructs of syntax. First is header files, main files, semicolon, tokens, comments, white spaces. Let's move to the first part. It is header file. C has a series of predefined functions embedded in the header file in the C library. C has a series of predefined functions. सी लैंग्वेज में प्री डिफाइंड फंक्शंस की सीरीज है जो कि हेडर फाइल्स में रखी हुई है सी लाइब्रेरीज में. एग्जांपल हैज इंक्लूड istu.h, had include iqnu.h. Main function. When operating system runs a program in C, it gives control to the computer to the C program. So basically main function क्या है? Main function is a special type of function. सारे फंक्शन और जितने भी फंक्शन होते हैं उसमें से मेन फंक्शन होता है थोड़ा स्पेशल होता है, क्योंकि जितने भी फंक्शन होते हैं उसको कंपाइलर इंक्लूड वाले स्टेटमेंट से उठाता है, या तो यूजर उसको डिफाइन करता है. लेकिन जो मेन फंक्शन होता है वो सीधा लिंक होता है ओएस के साथ, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम के साथ सीधा लिंक होता है मेन फंक्शन का. इसीलिए मेन फंक्शन थोड़ा स्पेशल फंक्शन है, बिकॉज मेन फंक्शन इज डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल्ड बाय द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, नॉट कंट्रोल्ड बाय द कंपाइलर like other functions. So a program must have a main function. Either it may have a function, a user defined function, or has include predefined function, but it must have a main function. Now let's move on token in C. So what are token? So basically tokens are the structural and fundamental unit of any program, or we can say that they are the smallest unit of a program that convey a specific meaning to the compiler. And tokens are of six types. We'll discuss it later. So fourth is comment in C. A comment is a simple text which is ignored by the compiler and make the code more descriptive and readable. Example, my name is Harsh. It is a comment. We write a comment starting with 2/. We can also write comment like this, like this. If you want to if you want to put it in comment, we can draw a star here, and we can draw a star here, and we can put a slash. The whole line is get commented. So this type of commenting is known as multi-line comment, and the comment which is drawn in the faster in the earlier part is called single line comment. I hope it is clear. Fifth is white space in C. Generally, a blank line or a describe we use to describe blanks. New line character comment is also separate. It is also separates one statement from another for compiler to identify. Example: int data. We cannot. Uh, we have to leave some space between int and data. If we are not doing it, if you don't leave data between int and this data, then it will show the compilation error. Okay. Next, semicolon. It is provided to terminate the statement. A semicolon indicates the start and end of a statement execution. I hope it is clear very much to you. Now let's move to seventh question. That is, what is a flowchart? What is a common symbol used in flowchart? So what is a flowchart? It is a systematic representation of a sequence of operations as in a manufacturing process or computer program. It is basically a dictionary statement. It is a dictionary definition. The definition which is written in a dictionary, so you don't remember it. Okay. Let's move to the technical definition. This is a technical definition. So what is a flow chart? A graphical representation to a sequence of operation in an information system for program. Okay, so what are the symbols of commonly used symbols of flowchart? This is the oval shape symbol which denotes starts or stop. Parallelogram symbol, input or output. Rectangle, process. Diamond, decision making. Flow line, direction of a logic flow. Let's move to the next question. Write an algorithm. Write an algorithm and draw flowchart to find GCD. What is GCD? GCD is greatest common divisor. GCD is greatest common divisor of two number. So basically GCD is the greatest common divisor. So greatest common divisor of two number is nothing but the largest number that divided both of them. The largest number that divided both of them. Basically we are saying about HCF. HCF is the synonym of GCD. Okay, uh, let's let's go for the algorithm. So first step is to start, second step is to declare variable n1 n2, and GCD is equals to 1, I is equals to 1. This is the declaration of the variable. All the variables used, 1 2 3 4, four variables are loaded, and this is a declaration of it. Now in the third step we take an input of n1 and n2. We take the input from n1 and n2, and fourth step, repeat until n is less than equals to 1 and n is less than equals to 2. And 4.1 step, n1 is n1 modulo I is equals to 0, and there and n is a logical operator. Here is a modulus operator, and here is I, which has defined earlier, and equals to is also a logical operator, logical assignment operator, and this is the algorithm for it. You will see this is the algorithm. We define GCD. We have uh, increment in I. We have print GCD, and this last step is stop. Now flowchart. So the following algorithm has the correspond flowchart. This is the flowchart. Now let's move to the next question. Write the algorithm and draw flowchart to function flowchart to factorial of given number. बेसिकली फैक्टोरियल निकालना है, तो एल्गोरिथम स्टार्ट करेंगे रीडर नंबर नंबर n, इनिशियलाइज करेंगे i इज इक्वल टू 1 से फैक्टोरियल i तक, फैक्टोरियल 1 तक. इफ i is less than equals to n, go to step 4, otherwise step 1. This is the algorithm, and this is a flow chart for factorial, for finding factorial. Next, 10th last question. Write an algorithm and draw the flow chart. What will be the output of Fibonacci series? If you have any problem in this or any of the questions in this, you can comment it down. I will explain it, because these programs are coming in the next in the future videos, so I'm not discussing it too far. Okay, now let's move to Fibonacci series. So what is a Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series, first two numbers are constant, and the rest numbers and next numbers are the sum of the first two numbers. Like 1 and 1 are constant, and next number is the sum. So 2, the 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 6 7 8, 8 or 5 13, like this. This is called a Fibonacci series. So for algorithm, we first start, declare variable a b c and I, initialize किए, a का वैल्यू 0, b का वैल्यू 1, n का वैल्यू I का वैल्यू 2, यूजर्स n लिए, प्रिंट किए a और b, रिपीट किए प्रोसेस को, और ये कुछ आगे एल्गोरिदम. Now for chart, start with read with n. A is equals to 0, b is equals to 1, c is equals to 0, I is equals to 0. Print a and b. C is equals to a plus b. Print c. I is equals to n. yes तो stop करना है. No तो I को increment करके c में वापस put करना है. And it is the final answer. You get it. This is the flow chart. This is the flow chart. अगर इसमें से सबसे मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ढूंढना हो तो वो कौन सी होगी? वो कौन सी होगी? मैं बोलूँगा ये क्वेश्चन इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. ये क्वेश्चन भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. ये क्वेश्चन टफेस्ट क्वेश्चन में से एक होता है. टफेस्ट. इसका लॉजिक किसी को पता नहीं होता. ये नहीं आ ये भी आ सकता है. वैसे इसमें जितने सवाल है सब एग्जाम्स में के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. Guys, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And also subscribe the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram. If you have any doubt in any concept related to this video or any video, this channel or any concept, you can message it there on Instagram. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.